amazing.
Oh.
Anything with pop culture that keeps you up at night, like Bennifer just got married, or do we love this?
What is she thinking? Is she crazy? Why did she do that? Why did Jennifer Lopez do that? Here's one thing. He is one, I don't care what you say. To me, he is just the sexiest fucking thing in the world, Ben Affleck, right? Like that, darling, he could get this in any number of ways, right? Like Ben Affleck, call me, okay? But then, and I know they were together, and I know there was this whole rapprochement, but why did they get married? Are they stupid? Because it's not going to be, they're not going to be married forever, right? Or what? You think? It's just so messy. Why couldn't they not get married and just have a party, have a major party,
I'm a big proponent of not getting married and just having a party and just, you got your stuff, I got my stuff. We'll figure this out and we could be together forever. So you're preaching to the choir.
Well, me and my husband got married because we could, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, wow, 5th century's gay people couldn't get married. So now we can, and let's get married. And also because, there are certain legalities and certain benefits to like having someone in the hospital that can get into the room because they're your nearest kin, right? You're married, your husband, right?
True.
If I'm dying in a hospital, Arnold can come in now, as opposed to he couldn't come in before because we weren't married, right? So now he can. That is if Clarence Thomas doesn't begin the, to undo gay marriage, right? Like that would be, anyway, that's not a topic for us to discuss right now. But so I know it's like, I just didn't understand. The other thing that I'm kind of like, who's dressing J-Lo these days? Who is dressing this woman these days?
You don't like these Italy looks?
She looks, the thing is about J-Lo, she's gorgeous. She's one of the most beautiful women who literally ever lived, right? And it needs very little gilding. It needs very little here and there. You do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and she is always going to be golden, And I love the way she looks on stage. I love her stage looks because those are hilarious, and that's a costume and that's something, right? But I don't know. It's like outside of that, every time you see like her on the street or in a restaurant or in a, even on a red carpet, it goes very kind of like bar mitzvah mom or something. It's like overly dressed, right? And it's not a funny overly, it's like a pageant. She's like a pageant queen. That's what J-Lo is. She's a pageant queen. She needs to come down a little bit from the pageant queen. There needs to be a little humor injected into her style. That's what I think. Humor.
I could see that. Or I like her with just like the Lisa Vanderpump, like the jeans with a crisp white t-shirt, like understated but elegant. I don't know if they know that they're not going to be married forever. I think they think that they're going to be married forever.
I guess they do. Why would they do it otherwise? And by the way, when they divorce, I want first dibs on Ben Affleck because he is just, darling. I mean, forget about it. He is just the hottest thing in the world. I don't know why I think that.
No, I have a friend. It's a woman. I don't really think that. I mean, I would be happy. Don't get me wrong. But I have a friend that just says exactly what you say. She can't even speak about him without. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I have to like avert my eyes. Like I can't even.
Really?
Look. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
No, I'd rather have a Justin Bieber or a Shawn Mendes or a Harry Styles. I'd rather go in that direction.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, they're also like 2 years old, and maybe this is why I'm single. So that's a whole nother conversation for another.
Right. All right.
Is there, before we will wrap up, is there any part of the business, you had your own talk show, you've done a lot of reality TV, Project Runway, the fashion show. Is there any part of this business you haven't done? Do you want to be back on reality TV? I see you made a face.
I don't know. No. I have a million projects that I'm working on and a million different shows that I would like to do. And I don't know, right now it's such a funny time in show business because it's not really about shows anymore. It's not like really about streaming services or networks or something, or even TV. It's more like right now, I think it's purely about social media. And that's a little bit scary. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out how one would make a show for a full half hour or a full hour. That would be really fascinating. I mean, almost every show I watch on streaming is just not interesting, right? And not because there are so many good shows that, like, I don't know what, that are around that you can watch something. And actually, it's rare that you find a funny show or a dramatic show that's engaging for the full hour where you don't want to grab your phone and start looking at your Instagram, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's in peril. I think show business at the moment is in peril, you know? But there's a million things I want to do. There's a million things I want to do. So.
Would you ever want to do another talk show? Like Ellen's off, Wendy Williams is gone and replaced. Like, I mean, your talk show was great back in the day.
I know. And, you know, I think about it all the time. I'm trying to like figure out an angle wherein one could reinvent the genre. Because I think as it is, it's just such a bore, you know, like to go on a show and sit on a chair and talk to a person behind a desk or, you know, on a set, right? There has to be a better way to do it, you know? And I did it in my show. It wasn't about that. It was about, you know, washing the dog with Natalie Portman or, you know, playing ping pong with Janine Garofalo or something, or like, you know, what else? Cutting Rosie's hair. Did you ever see that episode?
I saw that episode. You had Belinda Carlisle on. Cutting Rosie's hair was great.
That was great, right? And she started talking about her, you know, how she's on meds and she's so depressed since Columbine. And I mean, this is a minute ago, but yeah. Yeah.
That's a good idea to bring back.
I'm serious, right? Like, and by the way, someone sent me something of Paul Rudd. He's another one. I just go mad for Paul Rudd, right?
He's cute.
I don't get it. He still looks the same and he still looks so cute and he's still so fucking cute, you know? Paul Rudd, man.
He's very cute. I think he lives near where you live too. I think he lives in the West Village, I think. Not that I'm giving away your address, but I think he lives in that general.
All of us fabulous people live in the West Village in New York City.
Obviously. Anything else you want to cover before we go? Everyone needs, it's a 4-night residency at 54 Below.
It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really cute and fun.
There's something, listen, I love them all. I love City Winery. I love every place you've been. There is something a little more less formal about 54 than Cafe Carlot. Love them both. It's just like a little bit of a different vibe.
Totally. I think it's going to be really, really, really fun. And the band is great. And there are a lot of new stories and some new music. And it's going to be great.
And you know what everyone eventually wants you to bring back is your gifting.
Oh, that's coming. You know what? I may do that at 54 Below. All right. You know what? I'm just going to bring it with me. I'll bring the bags of shit because I've been collecting stuff. Oh my God. I have so much shit to regift. So maybe that'll be in the show. Okay. Come to 54 Below and we'll be regifting stuff. I mean it.
That's
and some
reason.
Good stuff. Like, you know, like a magic bullet might just make it. No, seriously, like some really good shit might make it in there.
Okay. So, people love that. And you leave with free shit. Like who doesn't want that?
I mean, isn't that one way to endear your audience by giving them stuff?
Yes.
Totally.
Best idea ever. Well, I will share the link for where to buy tickets.